your next level might require you to become a beginner again. And I don't think we talk enough about how uncomfortable that could actually be when you're already successful in other areas of your life. Because once you've spent years becoming good at something, you get used to being competent. You already know what you're doing. People come to you for answers. You have experience. You have the credentials. And not only that, but you have receipts. And then here you go, deciding all of a sudden that you might want something different. Maybe you want to change industries, start a business, become a content creator, learn how to invest, go after a completely different reality than the one that you know currently. And voila, all of a sudden you're new again. You don't know the terminology. You're asking questions that feel silly or basic. Not only do you not know where to start, but you also don't know what you don't know. So you're watching tutorials, you're making mistakes, you're looking at people who've been doing it for 5 or 10 years, and you're wondering why you're not as good as them in your first 5 minutes because you're good at everything, high achiever, right? I think this is where a lot of people retreat back to what's familiar and they say, no, I'm just going to stick to what I know. And it's not necessarily because the new thing isn't right for them. It's more so because being excellent at something you've outgrown can feel a lot more comfortable than being a beginner at something that could totally change your life. Sit with that for a minute. I've had to remind myself when it comes to a lot of things that I have a whole career where I'm experienced. I have expertise. I know how to walk into a room and operate in that capacity, right? But when it comes to some of my newer ventures, I'm learning. I'm set. I'm studying what works. I'm experimenting. I'm figuring out my voice, my approach. I'm learning how to tell better stories. And even with content, like I'm learning how to edit, how to build an audience, how to turn that audience into an actual profit stream, how to minimize chaos, how to delegate. And some things work and some things absolutely do not. There are videos that only get a few views, and then there are videos that go viral. But I'm willing to be a beginner here because I can see what I'm building towards. Enough people have demonstrated the proof that it is possible. And I think that's the part that we have to remember when we're venturing into something new. Being a beginner isn't always evidence that you're behind. Sometimes being a beginner is evidence that you finally had the courage to leave something you've already mastered and go learn something that can take you somewhere new. So, friend, if you're in a season where you feel like you're starting over, maybe you're not actually starting over. Maybe you're starting from experience. You're just applying it somewhere new. Okay, talk soon. Bye.